Welcome. Today we look at Ironwood, Google's 7th generation TPU, also called TPU V7, made generally available on April 22, 2026 at Google Cloud Next in Las Vegas. Is the first TPU Google explicitly positions as inference-first, delivering 4.6 petaflops per chip with 192 gigabytes of HBM. Anthropic has committed to up to 1 million of these chips. In the next few minutes, we cover what Ironwood is, how it works, and why it matters. Let us start with the core idea behind Ironwood TPU V7. Here are the essentials of Ironwood TPU V7 in plain language, what it is, and why it was introduced. Ironwood is Google's 7th generation TPU, also branded TPU 7X. It became generally available on April 22, 2026, and it is the first TPU Google explicitly designed and positions as inference-first, rather than for training. Each Ironwood chip delivers 4.6 petaflops of dense FP8 compute. Internally, every chip carries 2 tensor cores for dense math and 4 sparse cores that accelerate the embedding and sparse operations common in recommendation and large model workloads. Each chip ships with 192 gigabytes of HBM, 6 times the memory of the previous Trillium generation, running at roughly 7.37 terabytes per second. That large, fast memory lets a single chip hold bigger models and longer context for serving. Ironwood scales from pods of 256 chips up to Super P ODS of 9,216 chips. A full 9,216 chip Super P OD reaches 42.5 exaflops of compute, letting one cluster serve enormous models at production scale. Now let us look at why Ironwood TPU V7 matters in practice. Here is where Ironwood TPU V7 shows up in real products, teams, and decisions. Most prior TPUs optimized for training. Ironwood is the first Google explicitly tunes for inference, the stage where deployed models actually answer users, which is where most production cost and latency now live. Ironwood delivers about twice the performance per what of the previous Trillium TPU. For teams running models continuously, that efficiency gain directly reduces the energy and cost of serving each request at scale. Anthropic has committed to up to 1 million Ironwood chips and more than 1 gigawatt of capacity in 2026, with a first phase of roughly 400,000 units to train and serve its next generation of Claude models. We can access Ironwood through Google Cloud, choosing pod from 256 chips at the low end up to 9,216 at the high end. That range lets teams match capacity to whether they are prototyping or serving at massive scale. Let us recap the key takeaways on Ironwood TPU V7 and what to do next. The key takeaway is that Ironwood, Google's 7th generation TPU, became generally available on April 22, 2026, and is the first TPU Google explicitly builds and positions for inference-first. Each chip delivers 4.6 petaflops with 192 gigabytes of HBM, 6 times Trillium, at roughly 7.37 terabytes per second, pairing strong compute with the large fast memory inference needs. A 9,216 chip Super P OD reaches 42.5 exaflops, and Ironwood roughly doubles performance per watt versus Trillium, combining massive scale with materially better serving efficiency. Anthropic has committed to up to 1 million Ironwood chips and over 1 gigawatt of capacity in 2026, with a first phase near 400,000 units, signaling serious demand for this inference-first hardware. That wraps our look at Google's Ironwood TPU V7, the inference-first chip delivering 4.6 petaflops and 192 gigabytes of HBM, scaling to 42.5 exaflops Super PODS that Anthropic plans to deploy by the million in 2026. If this helped, please like and subscribe for more AI news explainers. For more information, visit Standarity.com. See you in the next video.